Hello everyone, and welcome to No One Has to Die, a flash game on Newgrounds, as you can see. 4 people are trapped in a building fire and need your help to escape. Winner of Clay.io's Got Game competition. Now, I actually just finished recording the entire episode for this, and my mic wasn't configured properly, so there was no audio. Hooray! Anyways, time to redo it entirely. So, we've got a branching tree here. We'll see all of these. I love games with branching timeline trees. For now, let's get into it. Urgent. The Fenix Corporation headquarters security has been compromised. All personnel evacuate immediately. Tempest engaged, security room locked, emergency services contacted, ETA 3 hours, 17 minutes. Visitor has logged on to the Fenix Corporation communications network. Hello? Is anyone there? The hell is going on here? Christina has logged on to the Fenix Corporation communications network. I'm gonna stop reading that whole thing out. And there's a fire! Everybody evacuate the building! Oh, it's you, Chris. This is pretty bad. I can smell the smoke from here. Steve? Why are you still here? I thought you'd gone home. I was working back late. Why do you care? Troy has logged on, and then Lionel's logged on. This is the CEO of Fenix Corporation telling everybody in the facility to evacuate the building. Security staff, report in immediately. The security staff are dead. I found them lying dead in the control room. And then I saw a warning on the screen about a fire, so I logged in. What happened to them? I killed them, and I lit the fire. Who the hell are you? Is this a joke? There's no time for this now. Visitor, if you're in the control room, then you'll have to coordinate us in escaping. You'll need one of the security codes. Security codes? The code is RFTS. What? Is this some kind of game to you? Security code confirmed. Security system online. It worked! Now you have a very difficult choice coming up, I'm afraid. One casualty unavoidable. Candidates, Troy or Steve. What does that mean? Our visitor is going to have to choose between keeping me or Steve alive. I trust this won't be a hard decision. Kill that asshole! I'm not dying for him. My job here is done. I'm ready to die. The fire is growing. Visitor, you will be led through how the system works. Hurry up! Urgent, please enter your security system orders immediately. The chat system has been locked until your decision is made. So water will spread only if we hit the switch, they'll drown if it goes on them, and the fire will spread 1 per turn unless he hits a fire door or water. I can only shut one of these doors, so one of these 2 will die. We'll let Troy have his wish. Turn that off. Bye, Troy. Oh, I accidentally let Christine die. Whoops. I gotta turn this off so she doesn't drown. There you go. Fire has been contained. Casualties, Troy. Phew, that was tense for a bit. Glad that's over. How can you talk like that when someone just died? He had this coming. He tried to kill us. Really? I'm pretty sure he just saved you. Not his best decision. Oh. So you 2 know each other? Yup. Me and Steve have had the misfortune of working together for the last few years. Tell me about it, Chris. Don't you wish you'd gotten to work in Troy's department instead? Shouldn't you 2 be looking for a way out? We're not all old like you. We can walk and type, thank you very much. The main hallway is completely destroyed by fire. I can't get through. I'm having the same problem. I found a staircase up to the next floor, though. Oh, same here. There's one here, too. Shall we head up? Sure, why not? Okay, I'm heading up now. Beginning scan, floor B2. Our visitor's being very quiet. What's your story? Me? I don't work here. I was just making a delivery. A delivery? Let me guess. Tires? Pop-up books? No, stationery. Those were some strange guesses, though. What exactly do you do here? You know, that's a great question. What do we do here, Lionel? I know you got that message, Lionel. Forget it. I wasn't expecting an answer anyway. To be honest, no one really knows what Fenix Corporation actually does. The company buys random items, toilet seats, guitars, you name it, in bulk, and then sells it all off for next to no profit. We're all almost certain it's a front. But it pays well, so we stay here. Well, Christina works here because nowhere else wants her, but that's different. How about you shut up while I ask Lionel a serious question? I want to know about the cockatiels. Cockatiels? Oh, the cockatiel story. For nearly a year, we'd be constantly getting in shipments of live cockatiels by the thousands. God knows how many birds they bought. But the cockatiels were never seen again. No one knows what was done with them. It's an animal rights issue. Whoa, that is weird. What was going on, Lionel? We were buying cockatiels looking for a phoenix. I don't get it. You don't have to get it. I didn't even answer the question. Has anyone found anything interesting on the second floor? Nope. Nothing much here. Most of this building is reserved for storage. Shouldn't you guys all know your way around this building? Our access to the rooms here is very limited. That would be on your request, wouldn't it, Lionel? Truth be told, I rarely visit myself. I know what facilities this building contains, but I know very little about its layout. That's right. It's been in the notices for weeks that you were coming today. Was today something special? I was just dealing with some financial business. Nothing that could have encouraged arson. One casualty unavoidable. Candidates Lionel and Steve. God damn it, not again! Either Lionel or Steve is going to die. As the CEO of this corporation, I must request that you save me. Don't you dare. Please save Steve. I don't know why this fire was started, but you can be sure Lionel's responsible in some way. But Steve's done nothing wrong. It's great to hear you sticking up for me for once, Chris, but our visitors already saved me once. It's their choice what they do this time around. Visitor, my life is in your hands. Make the right decision. Save me. You will be well compensated. This isn't about money, you asshole! Shut up, both of you! It's getting hot in here. This is up to our visitor. For this one, so we can obviously save Christina, turn on the switch. The reason why it has to be one of them is because in 3 turns, Lionel will drown, but Steve needs 3 to be protected. Bye, Lionel! Fire has been contained, casualties Lionel. Good. Now who's being insensitive? That was the head of our company, Chris. And you chose me over him, visitor? Don't ask me to explain my choices. It makes me sick thinking about what I just had to do. How do you think I feel? I didn't get a choice. What if I wanted to die to save Lionel? As if you would ever sacrifice yourself for anyone. And you would? No, but at least I'm upfront about it. Oh, I found a set of stairs. I'm going to head on up. I'm already on the next floor. I just didn't bother saying anything about it. That's a great story. Do you think we get paid overtime for this crap? I don't know. Barely matters, though. Time and a half of what we make is still next to nothing. I mean, you said you get paid well. Maybe Troy set the fire because he was angry about all the wage cuts recently. God, do you have any clue? Wait until we get out of here before you start making jokes about the deceased. Hey, I could be right for all you know. The guy was whack. It wouldn't take too much to set him off. No, just stop. I mean it. You know, speaking of the deceased, I've been so wrapped up in working with you guys, I almost forgot I'm in a room with 2 dead bodies. Whoa, I'd forgotten too. And that's awful. What can you find out about them? I guess I should probably search them, huh? I really don't want to, though. Ugh, good luck. You must have a stronger stomach than me. Okay, I'll go look now. Back. I found a blue file in the hand of one of them. Really? What does it say? It's a security code. The one that Troy gave us. Wait, really? Why are you surprised, Chris? It would explain how Troy could tell us the code. Why would he give us the code anyway? What does he get out of it? I don't get it either. Why shoot 2 people, set a building on fire, and then try to play the hero? It makes no sense to me. Why don't we ask him? Oh, whoops. No, it's not funny. Hey, simple mistake. Chris? Chris? You sure managed to get yourself ignored a lot. I wasn't that fussed on talking to her anyway. You two. One casualty unavoidable. No! Candidates Christina and Steve. No! No! Chris, I thought I was going to make it. There's only one more floor to ground level. You're getting out of here, Chris. There's no way I'm letting you die. Don't you dare. Don't you even think about it. You're not sacrificing yourself for me. Chris, you know I don't mean any of the shit I say, right? Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. You don't need to die to prove you're that. Good. Then I'm ready. Steve! No! You don't deserve to die. No one deserves to die, Chris. Especially not you. You're not going to ignore me now, are you? I just don't know what to say. How about goodbye? Whatever happens, this is the last time we'll ever talk to each other. This isn't how I wanted things to go. Do you think I want to die? You don't understand. I'm sorry, you two. If I don't do something now, you'll both die. It's alright, I'm ready now. It'll be like a barbecue. Shut up! You're not going to die, is he, Visitor? Our Visitor knows what they're doing. They'll save you. Visitor, promise me you'll save him. Promise me. No. We're gonna save Christina first. So we want to lock that one. We're gonna head up. Boop, boop. Bye, Steve! No. I'm so sorry. No, it's not fair! Why would you save me? I had to listen to one of you. You don't understand. He never hurt anyone. Neither did you. Yes, I did. Troy and Lionel and Steve, they all died because of me. The security guards, too. Visitor, this is all my fault. I lit the fire. No, you didn't. Troy did. No, he didn't. I don't know what his deal is. I set the fire. Then I killed the guards before they could do anything about it. From the start, it was all me. Christina, you know it wasn't really you. It was Troy. If it was Troy, why was he trying to save us all? I don't know. No one does. This isn't how it was meant to go. Steve wasn't meant to be here. The building was meant to be nearly empty. Let's say you did it. What was your motive? I wanted to stop whatever was going on in this building forever. And I wanted to kill Lionel before he ruined anyone else's life, too. What did Lionel do? Him and his company. They killed my mother. What? My mother used to work at this company. She had the same name as me. She never told me much about what they did here. She always just said, experiments. Well, one day, she went to work and never came back. We ordered a search, but no one could find her. It was a week before we got a call from the Fenix Corporation. They told us that they were so sorry and that Mum had died in an experiment. Sorry my ass. They still wouldn't tell us what happened. And then, when they sent back her body with her brain cut out. They cut out her brain so they could experiment on it. They killed my mother so they could look at her brain. Christina, I'm so sorry. I couldn't let them get away with doing anything like that ever again. So, I started working here at the company. They knew who I was, but I think they gave me a job to shut me up. Since then, I've spent God knows how long trying to find out what they did to my mother, but I haven't gotten anywhere. When I read in the notices that Lionel was going to be visiting today, I knew I had to do something. But I thought I had worked out the timing perfectly. Steve wasn't meant to be working overtime. Now he's dead. I killed him. I killed all of them. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Nothing's going to help. I'll just keep moving through this building, and when I get out, I'll be arrested, and I'll finally get what I deserve. Okay. Alright, I'm on the ground floor now. To be honest, I still have no idea where I am. Most of the building is off limits normally. We take elevators down to our workspaces on floor B3, and we never see the rest of the building. What a weird way to do things. It makes sense when you remember they're trying to hide the skeletons in their closet. Oh, there's a blue file on a desk here. in here. It looks like the one you found on that security guard. Another one? What's the point of that? It has a different code on it. Maybe this would let you lock more fire doors at a time? But I've had that earlier. I don't even want to think about this. I'm going to keep moving. Hold on a sec. There's a big metal door I need to open. Alright. Okay, I'm through now. There's a sign here. It says Tempest Entrance. What's that? No clue. There's a door here, though. It looks kind of strange. I'm going to go through. Sure. Just tell me what you find. Christina has disconnected. Reason, signal lost. What? No, we were so close! Why would it drop out now? Christina? Christina, I'm coming to find you. And that's the Christina ending. Next, we will do the Steve ending. So for this one, we just lock him up tight. There you go. Very simple gameplay loop, but it is fun. The story's also really neat. I'd love to see a sequel to this game at some point, but the author has not done anything else past it. Casualties, Christina. I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear it. If you were sorry, you would have listened to me. I had to make a decision. I don't expect you to be happy with what I've done. Just shut up! This is all a trick. This is a nightmare. You're still there, aren't you, Chris? If you're there, send me a message. You're just ignoring me again, right? Steve, I understand this must be impossible for you right now, but you need to keep moving. What the hell is the point of that? Christina just died for you. If you don't get out of here, she'll have died for nothing. Sure. I'm gonna get out of here, and it's gonna turn out this has all been some sick joke, and Chris will be waiting for me outside, alive. I mean, how do I even know it was Chris who was writing these messages, right? Okay, I'm ready. I'm heading up to ground level now. I can't wait to see her again. Alright, just a little further. Oh, there's a desk here with one of those blue files you were talking about on top of it. It's another security code. Another one? But what for? I guess with this, you can control more fire doors at a time? Not a lot of use now. Steve, are you still there? Steve. I knew it! I told you! Told me what? She's alive! Chris is alive! What? What's going on? No fire detected. So, there was a file next to the one with the security code. When I saw it, I knew I had to read it. It was titled The Fenix Experiment. The one with the cockatiels? Just let me explain. So, I didn't get a lot of it, but here's what I understood. So, Fenix Corp had an experiment planned where they were going to buy lots of cockatiels and teach them how to say a phrase. But every time they had enough birds for the experiment, they would just randomly decide to increase their sample size. All in all, they bought around 6 million cockatiels. They stopped buying from them the day something weird happened. One of the cockatiels they bought already knew the phrase they were going to teach it. Weird. Maybe whoever sold it to them knew what was going on and tried to mess with the experiment? Oh, let me finish! So they tagged the special cockatiel that already knew the phrase, and it taught the phrase to all the other cockatiels. But the experiment didn't end there. They ran each and every one of the cockatiels through some kind of machine. It was worse than Chris had thought. They all died. All of them except one. The bird that they'd marked, the one that already knew the phrase, was fine. What? What sort of machine works like that? I have no idea. The paper talks very little about the machine itself, and what it does say I don't understand. Bizarre. But how does this tell you Christina's alive? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place right now. See, here's the thing. The phrase that the birds were taught? It was Christina lives. Steve, are you sure you're feeling alright? I mean it! That's what it says! You can see it for yourself when I show Chris. But even if it's true, we still have no idea what that phrase means. What do you mean? Christina lives. It means she's alive. But we don't understand anything about the experiment. It could mean anything. Steve? Come on, you need to keep in contact. Sorry, no time to type. I've got to find the way out so I can find Chris. See you soon. No! Keep talking. Steve, come on. Steve is disconnected. Reason, signal lost. Steve? What the hell have you done? I'm coming to find you. And that is the Steve ending. Remember that bit about the cockatiels and the phrase? It'll all make a bit more sense later. Although I will likely forget to bring it up again. And last ending on this path, we have to save Lionel instead of Steve. So block that, of course. Christina. And boom. Boom. Turn that off. Lionel is safe. And Steve is dead. Oh, right, one more. You made the right decision. I'll make sure you won't regret it. I'm sorry, Christina. I could only save one of them. Christina? Okay, that's alright. I don't expect you to talk to me after what I've done. How are we going to get out of here with one of us not playing along? I'm sure she's still trying to get out of here. She just has a lot to deal with at the moment. Well, either way, I found the stairs. Christina, just so you know, I understand this must be awful for you. I really am sorry. Don't beat yourself up about it. You did the right thing. Calculations complete. Fire on floor B1. 2 casualties unavoidable. 2 casualties unavoidable? No, that means we're both going to die. It's over. We've reached our ends. No! You can't both die! There's no other option. I'm afraid this is it. Good. I'd rather die than live in a world with people like you two. Christina, Lionel, I'm sorry. I let you guys down. It's alright. There's nothing you could have done. He could have saved Steve instead of you. Now is not the time to squabble. Goodbye, both of you. Just because you're about to die doesn't mean you're a saint. I hope you both burn in hell. Christina, don't do this. Don't waste your final moments like this. Give me one reason why I shouldn't. Too late. The reason why this floor is impossible is because Steve can't save Christina, and Lionel is gonna die anyway, so... Burn, baby, burn. Bad end. The mystery is not yet solved. You must explore all possibilities to find the truth. Which brings us back all the way to the start, and we are going to save Troy instead of Steve. Why? Why save me? My thoughts exactly. Why did you leave Steve to die? I could only save one of them, and Troy knew the security code. He's the reason I could save anyone. We need to know what else he knows. Ah, now we're thinking. I'm not going to do anything to save anyone from here on in. Tell me now, how did you know the security code? Visitor, check the bodies of those 2 security guards. This better not be a trick. Just do it. Fine. Well, that explains that. What did you find? One of the guards was holding a blue file with the security code Troy told us before written on in it. They were? A blue file? Those contain the security codes. Each one allows you to lock another fire door. I found the code when I killed them. I thought I'd give you a fighting chance, so I told you the code. You're welcome. Why did you do this? Instead of asking all these questions, why don't you look for a way out? The main room's completely blocked by rubble is why. There should be a staircase and a room near both of you. You're right. I'm heading up now. Fine, me too. So while we're here, Lionel, could you tell me what the hell it is that this company is set up to do? Don't waste your breath. He's not going to tell you anything. Well, maybe you'd like to explain then. There's nothing to explain. That's a lie, and you know it. You both work here. Shouldn't you know what the company does? You'd think. The company mostly buys and sells things in bulk, but there's something dark going on underneath all that. Like what? Candidates, Christina, Troy. Huh? Don't worry just yet. Then why would you say anything? Christina, that's a nice name. It's your mother's, correct? What? How could you know that? Answer me! Tell me right now! God damn it! 1 casualty unavoidable. Candidates, Christina, Troy. How could you know that? How could you know the code? How could you know one of us is going to die? I told you. I lit the fire. Behind all of this, I know everything. No, that answer's not good enough, especially because we know he didn't light the fire. Could we do this later? There is no later. Tell me now. I'm not telling anyone anything. Just let me die. Well, you got it, bud. So that one. Bye, Troy. Troy and Abed in the fire. Well, I guess he finally got what he wanted. Good. The man was a maniac. He's cost my company millions already. And he killed 4 people. It'll be 6 if you don't get out of here soon. All right, I've found the stairs. Me too. I don't mean to be so callous before, didn't. It's just, this will severely impact our operations. Don't you think that might have been the point? What do you mean by that? Troy probably wanted to stop Fenix from doing whatever messed up things you do here. I suppose that makes sense. No, impossible. Our business here is strictly confidential. Does that sound like a slip of the tongue to you, visitor? Lol. Fire on floor B1, 2 casualties unavoidable. Christina, Lionel. 2 casualties unavoidable. No. So neither of us is going to live? I'm afraid not. I guess that's fairest, isn't it? What? Well, why would we deserve to live when Steve and Troy had to die? Because Troy was a murderer! And what about Steve? Well, either way, goodbye. 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 Yeah, neither of them can live if it's just the 2 of them on this floor. So. Deja vu! Bad ending number 2. And we gotta let Troy live. So, boop. Same thing as with Christina. Not again! You don't sound too happy for someone who's lucky to be alive. Visitor, tell me! What would it take to get you to kill me? You can't ask someone something like that. You're mad! I've killed all these people! Of course I'm goddamn mad! You're going to have to choose between saving me or Lionel soon. Promise me you'll save Lionel. But how do you know that? It doesn't matter. All that matters is I'm a monster and I don't deserve to live. It does matter. Of course it matters. I want to know too. Tell me why you did this. There's not enough time. Besides, you won't believe me. You never believe me until it's too late. What the hell is that supposed to mean? 1 casualty unavoidable. It doesn't matter. Just save Lionel. I must concur. Please save me. Shut up. I want to know what's going on. If I give you answers, will you let me die? If you save me, I'll tell you things Troy doesn't know. I'll tell you what we really do here. Troy, tell me, then you can die. Okay, but I have to be quick. The truth is, I've been here before. What's that even supposed to mean? And block. So we go boop, and boop. Right? Oh, no. Just gonna go boop. Casualties Lionel. So this is how it goes, is it? I don't know how much longer I can do this. What are you talking about? What were you saying before the chat cut out? And while we're at it, how do you know everything? And why did you light the fire? There's nothing I can do now. I may as well tell you what I know. First things first. The reason I lit the fire. I didn't light the fire. It was always burning since the world was turning. What? That makes no sense. I don't know who really did it, though. I don't know who killed the security guards either. While we at it, I have no idea what they do here at this company. You're full of crap. How did you know all that stuff then? How did you know the security code? You're probably not going to believe this. No, I know you're not going to believe this. I knew the security code because I heard you read it out. You know that makes no sense. You told me it before I ever read it. This time I did. This time? The hell do you mean, this time? I've been here before. I've been here 5 times before. The first time, I was in my office doing my work, and suddenly the fire alarms went off. I went on the chat to find out what was happening, and Lionel explained you would need a security code to save everyone. We all scrambled around looking for a blue file until you finally found one. That's when I found out the code. Then you had to make decisions. Steve died, Christina died, Lionel died. I was the only one left. I had to keep going. I found a room called the Tempest entrance. I went inside and there was a bright light, and suddenly, well, you won't believe this bit. Suddenly I was back before the fire, sitting in my office. What? I don't know how, but I traveled through time. I was so glad to hear you all alive, but none of you remembered what happened. You all thought I was insane. But just like this time, because I knew the code, you thought I could save everyone. So once again, Steve died, then Christina, then Lionel. I got to the end, back to the Tempest entrance, and it happened again, and again, and again. 5 times it's happened. That's a lot to take in. I'm not sure I believe you. If that's true, why did you say you were the arsonist? Because I just want to die. 5 times now I've watched them all die just so I can live. And for what? So I can go back and watch them die again. I wanted you to think I was evil. Who would save a murderer over an innocent life? Me, apparently. None of my plans to save the others have worked. Not one. I'm just tired. So now what? I've checked everywhere. All the doors are locked, just like last time. I have no choice. I have to go back to the start. Wait! You don't have to! The fire's contained now. If you just wait there, someone will come and find you. No! I can't let the loop end. I can't let the loop end until someone else survives. I've been through too much. I'm ready to die. Whoever makes it out of this building should want to live. But if you go back, what happens to me? What happens to this world once you go? I have no idea. Does that mean there are now 5 worlds out there in space or time or wherever where you've just disappeared and everyone else is dead? When you put it like that, I guess you're right. But how is that possible? My guess is as good as yours. I'm outside the Tempest entrance now. This is it. I guess so. I'll see you again soon. Just, you won't see me. I still can't wrap my head around this at all. Goodbye. Goodbye. Troy end. Which means we've got one more ending to get. So for this one, we're going to do this and this. Bye, Troy. Enjoy Oblivion. Ah, excellent. You have made the right decision. I'm not so sure there was a right decision. Now, you made a promise. Very well. A deal is a deal. What do you want to know? I want to know I want to know what Christina was talking about. What's going on in this company? Christina herself has no idea what we do here. She was right about one thing, though. Here at Fenix Corporation, we buy and sell large stocks of cheap products just to keep the books looking busy. It's a front. Our true interest here is time travel. Time travel. And that is indeed what I said. And you expect me to believe that? I don't care what you believe. You asked for the truth, and here it is. Now, if you'll let me continue. We, in fact, have a fully functional time machine in this facility. But the time machine we have constructed doesn't quite work like the ones you might see in the movies. As in, it does nothing because time travel isn't real? If you're not going to listen, I don't see why you bothered saving me. No, our time travel doesn't affect physical objects. Well, that doesn't sound very useful. What can it do? It will carry a person's consciousness through time. Consciousness? Their thoughts, their personality, their likes and dislikes, their experiences and their memories. Our machine can carry those things through time. You know, I don't believe a word of this. It's your own loss. So if I was to hop in this machine and go an hour into the future, what would actually happen? Your consciousness would leave your body, and effectively, you would die. Die? At first. Then, after an hour, your consciousness would re-enter your body, and you would come back to life, not even realizing an hour had passed. That's impossible. We've done it successfully. People, birds, dogs, anything with a brain can travel in our machine. But what use is that sort of time travel? Your body would start to decompose if you went forward more than a few hours. That is true. We're still experimenting with methods of preserving the body that would allow the consciousness to later re-enter it. Currently, freezing seems promising. But this is not where our true interest lies. If a person travels forward through time, they can visit distant eras and the like, but they can still only live for the 80 years their body dictates. But what if one was to travel backwards? You mean back to when they were younger? Exactly. They would retain their memories and experiences gained over time, but they would have a younger body. Unless they were in an accident and died instantly, they could live forever. Whoa. Whoa! Yes! With our machine, no one has to die. Hey, look, it's the name of the game. Roll credits. That would be huge. But does it work? We believe so. What's that supposed to mean? Our tests traveling forward have gone exactly to plan. However, in our tests, things didn't quite work so well going backwards. What happened? Our human test subject entered the machine. We activated it, her consciousness left her body, and unfortunately it never came back. She died. That's terrible. What went wrong? We have dedicated every resource we have available to discovering the cause of this problem. And you haven't worked it out? We think the machine may have worked. What? How can you say that when someone died? It's an incredibly complicated concept, but I will explain it to you. First, though, you have to do something for me. I have entered the code to unlock access to the rooms on the ground floor. I'm in the Tempest room. Come meet me here. But why? Why can't you tell me now? Lionel, where'd you go? I guess I have no choice now. I have to go find you. There is the Lionel ending. The end is near. The final timeline has appeared. Boop. Fenix Corporation headquarters security has been compromised. All personnel evacuate immediately. Tempest engaged. Security room locked. Emergency services contacted. ETA 3 hours and 17 minutes. I didn't address this on the first timeline, but like, wow, that's pretty pathetic. Lionel? What the hell is going on here? I went into the Tempest room like you told me to, and now I'm back here in the control room. Wait. What? How did I end up here? Chris, you're alive! I knew you were alive! Steve, I thought you were dead. Me? You guys! You remember! You finally remember! Troy, this is all just some sick trick of yours, isn't it? No, I have no idea what's going on. You think I'm going to believe that after you lit this fire? I didn't light the fire! You don't just get to change your story now. Steve, he's telling the truth. What do you mean? Amazing! I knew this would happen sometime, somewhere, but I never thought I'd be the one to witness it. You know what's going on here? Yes, but for now, there are more pressing matters. Does anyone here have one of the security codes? I already told you mine last time, RFTS. But did anyone find any new ones? Oh, I found a blue file which said IRHH in it. I found one which said SOEE. Perfect. Visitor, I confess that just before I cut out last time we spoke, I found a file containing the code EMAS. Now quickly, enter all the codes. Alright. Security code confirmed, security system online. 4 codes received, full access granted. Full access? You can now lock 4 fire doors at a time instead of just 1. Lionel, tell us what the hell is going on here already. Why is everyone alive again? There's no way I would have enough time for that now. Fire on floor B3, no casualties expected. No casualties expected? And the title one last time. No one has to die! Yes, now we all have the security codes. We're all safe. Let's get out of here then. Boom, boom, boom. The fire has been contained. Fantastic! We're all still alive! Great, but you still owe us all an explanation. How is everybody alive again? How did I end up back where I was when the fire started? Why aren't these rooms fire damaged anymore? Visitor, do you remember what I told you before? Yeah, you invented a time machine. Impossible! Well, it was a bit different to a time machine, I guess. It carries your thoughts and memories through time instead of your body. Correct so far. It works going forward, but going backwards, you killed someone. They never returned to their body. No casualties expected. That is the story as I told it. That person you murdered was my mother, asshole! What? Your mother died of a brain tumor. You told me so. That was a lie. Lionel killed my mother to test some impossible time travel bullshit. So I lit the fire. I lit it to kill Lionel and wreck his corporation before they ruined any more lives. Chris, I don't believe it. I had suspected as much. Christina, your mother is not dead. What do you mean by that? I've seen her body. You took her brain. So now we can go boom, 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 boom. Hits the fire doors and nothing happens. Lionel answers. Your mother is not dead. This is going to be hard to explain. When we sent your mother back in time, she never returned to her body. However, there was not a single fault in our logic. The machine was designed perfectly. The machine is what's in the Tempest room, right? Correct. Anyway, we conducted many experiments and eventually came to one fascinating conclusion. When our subject had traveled forward through time, the future was not yet set, so time would bend to accommodate our time traveler. That is, the consciousness traveling through time would remain in its own timeline. But when traveling backwards, things were not so simple. The consciousness would become lost in the mess that is time-space. It would find a host, one which owned the consciousness, and one which existed at the time it had been sent back to. But it would not always find its host in its own universe. You've lost me. Our research would suggest that there are nearly an infinite amount of universes, each nearly identical, with only minute differences between them. So when Christina's mother traveled backwards through time, she was not alone. Trillions of her, maybe even more, traveled too. They would land randomly into different timelines. Some would land in the same timeline, and one consciousness would override the other. In some timelines, no one would even know that Christina's mother had even left, or that the consciousness that returned to her body wasn't from their universe. A few rare consciousnesses would land back where they began in their own universe. But many timelines were left like here, in this universe, where Christina's mother's consciousness left this world. But no other consciousness returned to fill her body. Because of this, the body remained empty, and Christina's mother was effectively dead. I mean, to be fair, isn't that kind of exactly on plan? Because, like, if the goal is to send people back and give them effective immortality, then, well, of course the body would die. They're not intended to return. But her consciousness lives on in another time, another universe. I'm not buying a word of this. But it explains everything. This is why everything kept happening over and over again. This is why we're all here. Yes, it took me a while to figure out, but we have all been brought here by the Tempest machine. Visitor, you remember a time in which you let everyone die apart from myself, correct? Yeah, then you gave me access to the Tempest room. Well, each of these people remembers a different reality, one where they were the only survivor of the fire. That's right. I had to wait and do nothing while Chris died. I had to wait and do nothing as all of you died, time and time again. At the end of these realities, the survivor entered the Tempest machine, which had its clock set to the beginning of this disaster as a security measure. When each of us entered the machine, we were randomly shot into another universe. Some of us would have ended up back where we started, and no one else would remember what had just taken place. But there would be a few universes like this, where by chance all of us came from 5 different universes into one. I mean, me and Lionel came from the same universe technically, but you know. And that is how we are all here together now, with memories of different futures. Whoa. But the chances of that happening would be practically 0. Actually, with as many universes as there are, it was incredibly likely. There are probably hundreds of universes in which the same thing has happened as it is happening here. Probably a lot too where they all come back, but I'm from the Christina timeline, I'm from the Troy time, right? Like, unless the only timeline where I can go back myself is one where Lionel lets me in, which to be fair could be possible. Nothing about this seems incredibly likely, but it is the truth. And last one, I'm gonna go boop. I'm gonna go boop, boop, boop. Oh, no, sorry. Boop, boop. Guys, stop it. I'm not trying to move you. I'm trying to lock those. Thank you. Oh, I did both at the same time now. That's good. This is just for Christina and Lionel. Turn that off. Once again, everybody lives. Hey guys, all of your paths meet up here, right? They do? I suppose they must. Soon we'll all be able to talk in person. No fire detected, of course. I can't wait to see you again, Chris. I'm so glad you're safe. I can't either, Steve. I can't believe you're alive. You're both alive. Well, hurry up then. I'm already there. Okay, coming through now. I can see you. I'm in. Me too. Hey, has anyone unlocked the door for me so I can come down too? See, and what mildly weirds me out is in the timelines where, like, I think Christina, everyone but Lionel, where a visitor says, I'm coming to find you? How does he leave if he needs the door to be unlocked? Hello? Anyone? Guys, stop talking in person for a second and look at your messages, damn it. Typical. Now what do I do? Visitor? Christina! Can you ask Lionel to open the door for me? No, sorry. I don't think I'll have the chance to. Is something wrong? Where are you? I stepped out for a moment. I'm at the Tempest entrance. I haven't been entirely upfront with all of you. What do you mean? I've been here before. Weren't you listening to Lionel? We've all been here before. No, I've been here before. To a timeline just like this one, where we all managed to survive. Except things went a little differently that time. For instance, I asked Lionel where the controls for the Tempest machine were, and he told me they were on floor B2 in my section of the building. Later, he explained that the machine can't send consciousnesses back to it before the first time it was turned on, which is when my mother was sent back through time. So I thought I'd give things another try, and I hopped back in the Tempest machine. Don't tell me. And this time, while we were on floor B2, I set the time machine back as far as it could go, to the moment I lost my mother. I'm going back. I'm going back 3 years to find my mother. This is crazy! What if you just end up in another universe where she disappeared? Then I'll break into here. I'll travel again. What about the people who care about you in this universe? What about Steve? You should know better than anyone what this feels like. You've had to choose one person's happiness over another's time and time again. In the timeline you came from, you even chose to kill me. I wish I could have Steve and my mother both at once, but I don't have that choice. I've spent too long wishing she was with me to turn back now. Besides, in this world, I'm a murderer, an arsonist. There's no place for me here. Christina, you're not going to stop me, are you? No, I'm not. I mean, I literally have no way of doing so. Tell Steve I'm sorry, and that I love him. Tell him that I hope we meet again somewhere, sometime. But for now, goodbye. Goodbye, and good luck. Thanks. I think I'll need it. And that, my friends, is the ending. I'm sure you can see now why I really wish there was another, like a sequel to this, or some sort of follow-up, because, like, what kind of ending is that? Anyways, great game. I've come back to, play it. Every couple years I come back and replay it. It's quick. It's a fun little romp. It's a very interesting story. This was the choice in the original, poll that I did last week about what game to play last Monday. I've got one more Flash game series I want to do next week. It's another trilogy that'll be in one episode. And then after that, we'll go to resume Shadowrun Dragonfall. I'd say my new computer should definitely be able to run that one just fine. So for now, thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time for something completely different. Bye-bye!